wouldn't worry about all that. He's right there. I mean, that's more a reflection of what Brian Tucker's done. Brian Tucker is right there as far as being a starter for us. Mitchell Mays. I mean, we got that little redshirt sophomore group that have all taken a big step. Trent Howard, Lynn, the redshirt freshman, John Williams, finally getting him back. So it's just, he's just got to compete. He's physically getting close as far as where he needs to be. In fact, we were just talking about him last night, watching him run in practice. He's going to be special, but mentally just, getting everything where he needs to be so he can really play fast like we need him to. So he missed all last year. And not only did he missed all last year, and here he was coming. I mean, we really felt like he had a chance to be a starter for us. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're shut down. And not only are you not playing and developing the way you need to, now you're coming off an ACL. And you're a big man. You missed the spring, so he's still just coming, but he's progressing great and got a bright future.
Does this group of corners have the potential to be the best group you've had?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We got talented guys for sure, but we've had a bunch of good ones come through here. We'll see how they do, but I think we got good players, and I think we evaluated well. And it's good to see Fred, have the type of fall camp that was capable. He's really, last year really wasn't very healthy the whole time. He's been through a lot, but I just like where he is. Nate is just super talented, but still putting it all together. True, really young player still, and he hasn't really played a lot under the lights yet. Sheridan is just solid and steady, and this guy's a fourth-year veteran. He's been through the battles. He's in a great spot physically, and he's confident. Same thing with Malcolm. He's healthy. So, I just think we've got a really good group there. And those two young guys, Toriano and Lucas, man, they're what you're looking for. But they ain't taking a snap. So, it's a good group. We've got good guys there, but we gotta go do it.
At the beginning of spring, you had said you were interested in maybe adding an offensive lineman through the portal. Obviously, that hasn't happened. Was that a matter of you just didn't find the right guy, or have you seen so much from that group over the last 6 months that you no longer saw the value in needing to do that?
Both of those, combination. Coming out of spring, we were really encouraged and excited about the guys that we have on the roster that we've recruited, that are developing. But we felt like we with Trotter out, that veteran guy, we felt like if we could find the right fit, a veteran, a graduate, a multi-year starter, somebody like that, then we would certainly consider that, and we did. We actually, there was 2 kids that we offered that we really liked, but we just didn't get them. But there was nobody else that fit what we were looking for, and certainly compared to what we had on the roster. So, looked at 2 guys again. Would have taken one of the 2. Just didn't get them. But that was really it. And the whole portal, the whole world. There was only 2. But if you look at how we recruit, I think we're 3rd fewest offers in the class of 23. We're not we know what we're looking for.
This may piggyback off of that idea. I was reading a story on Tony Elliott in his first year at Virginia, and you're quoted in there saying that when you hired him, it was about hiring the person, not the resume. And I would certainly guess that is the same approach that you've had with hiring the coaches that you've brought in this offseason. Where did that mentality or that approach come from, and what does that mean to you? Like, what are you looking for in the right person? Like, what is that?
It just comes from my background and my experience. You win with people, you lose with them too. So that's just competed at the highest level in this game, and it all comes back to chemistry and culture and group of people working together. I think you can. That's a very overlooked thing in anything, whether it's business or it's a sporting team or whatever. I think being able to identify the right people. When I hired Tony, as I said there, as you just said, Tony never coached a running back a day in his life. Played receiver, and when I told him he was going to coach running backs, he looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, he's like, "Coach, I'm like, I ain't worried about that." I said, "That's the easy part. I'm hiring you because of who you are. I'm hiring you because of this. I said, look at it. And I experienced that when I got hired to. This is my exact words to Rich Wingo, when we all got fired in Alabama, and I'm 30 years old and I ain't got a job and I got 2 kids and I couldn't get a coaching job and paychecks running out in June, and I got a mortgage and I got student loans. I got a lot of things. I got to figure it out. And next thing you know, Rich Wingo calls me. He was the president of this company, AIG Baker. I don't even know what he did. I go meet with him and my exact, because I really didn't want to take the job. I was like, man, it was February, and I'm like, man, maybe I'll get a job in spring practice, and something will pop. And in those days too, you only had 9 coaches and 2 GAs. You didn't have support staff or any of that stuff, so it just was hard. And so I'll never forget it. I'll never forget talking to Rich. And and I was qualified. I had a business degree and I had an MBA, but all I'd ever done was coach for 8 years. That's all I knew. And I'll never forget meeting with him. And he said, and I told him, I said, Rich, I don't know anything about building shopping centers, or I don't know anything about any of this stuff. He's wanting to send me. He's like, trying to create this vision for me, and I'm going to Las Vegas and somewhere in Olathe, Kansas, and and I'm going, oh my God, this is a nightmare, and in my mind, and I was like, and his exact words to me, he said, Dabo, I'm not hiring you because you know anything. I'll teach you all that. He said, I'm hiring you because you got the aptitude, you got the work ethic, you got the character, you got the integrity, you know how to show up, you know how to get the job done, all that stuff. I'll teach you that. And so that's kind of the way it was with Tony. I just wanted to hire Tony because of who he is. He's got the aptitude. Same thing when I promoted him to coordinator. He called every play. From the 2014 bowl game until he left here. Well, I probably called some few in there as well, but he was in charge. And he'd never called a play a day in his life. Exact thing I told him. I said, I'm not hiring you because you called all these plays. I'm hiring you because of who you are. And so I've just always believed in that. It's always about the people. When you can get a group of people together, all on the same page, great things can happen. Even the Bible talks about that, right? That 2 can accomplish more than twice as much as 1, right? So there's synergy when you get the right people. Synergy when you got the right intangibles and measurables. And it's more than just how fast is a guy. If it was all about that, Grady Jarrett would have never come to Clemson. Sean Williams, who's on his 8th year with the Broncos, he wouldn't have come to Clemson. Adam Humphries wouldn't have been here. Hunter Renfrow wouldn't have been here. Nolan Turner, who's with the Bucks, who, is an NFL player now, who, we only signed because, I knew him. That's the narrative, right? You would never do those things, but that's why a lot of people don't win, too. It's way more than that.
Since you've got Saturday without a game, you might be interested in the Oklahoma and Virginia games?
Absolutely. I can't wait to see them. It's Tuesday to me, it's Thursday to them, so I'm sure they're both kind of getting a little jacked up, so I'll probably shoot them a little text, reach out to them here, but I can't wait. It'll be fun.
Coach, will punter be a game day decision? Do you think you might play Potter and Swanson? And
Aiden will start.
Oh, Aiden's going to start. Okay. Is it more ideal to have just a punter rather than having a kicker / punter, or does that even matter in your opinion?
It don't matter. Whoever gets the job done. I mean, it's, I know there was a guy named Gardaki here, that was pretty good. He did a little bit of everything. So what's ideal is having a guy that can put it through the pipes and bomb it. And if it's the same guy doing it, great. It doesn't matter. Those jobs are, there's no gray area in those jobs. Those are very easy positions to evaluate, you know, so whoever's the most consistent at getting it done. I don't really care if he does all three or whatever. You know, Potter can do it. I think it's really gonna help him too, you know, for the next level, because obviously they don't keep many guys, well, they dress about 48 on game day, so the more guys you have that can do multiple things, that's more spots for another position.
We talked about needing to be better around DJ last year. We talked about the offensive line, the running back strength, and do you feel like there should be, or you hope there will be less pressure on DJ if you can run the ball more effectively this year?
Well, I think just really more what you said first, and we just gotta be better around him. If we're better around him, there will be less pressure on him, period, you know, and that's not a knock on last year, but we gotta be healthier, and if we're healthier, we're gonna be better. And if we're better around him, he will be better. And then he's gotta do the things that he needs to do within his own world as well, so, you know, I feel great about the supporting cast, you know, starting with the guys up front. And if they'll just go play like they've practiced, then I think we'll certainly be much better.
Back in 18, when you had Trevor and Kelly here, you made a point of trying to get some early series for Trevor in those first few games. How is this situation with DJ and Cade different? What's the sort of thought process into how, whether or not you want to get Cade out there just for a series or two in some of the early games?
Well, I think it's more like DJ and Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not how I see it. You know, I think that, you know, just like when DJ came in here, we wanted to get him as much opportunity as we could, as much as we could. You know, within the flow of a game and the flow of the season, and that's what we did. And then obviously he ended up having to start a couple games, and I see the same situation. You know, DJ's the starter, and we want to certainly get Cade as many opportunities as we can to play. But it'll be the same as it was when DJ came in here. Within the flow of the game and flow of the season. So really, really excited. Really all three of our quarterbacks that have taken the majority of the reps in camp have really done a great job. I mean, I can't tell you how fortunate we are to have, you know, the guys we got. DJ's been great. Cade has been awesome. And so has Hunter Johnson, you know, so I'm confident in all those guys. But, you know, it's important to get Cade some opportunity as we go through the season, because those, you know, I mean, this is it for Hunter and DJ. You know, I know he's got great aspirations, graduating in December. I mean, it's important to get Cade ready to roll, and hopefully it'll happen in a positive way as we go through the season. He'll get plenty of experience.
Dabo, relative to your expectations, how well has Cade, since you got here to now, adjusted to just the speed of the college game, and especially against a defense like yours in prep?
Been seamless. It's been just like you want to see. You know, I've said it many times. I mean, you know, I see the same things in Deshaun, same things in Trevor, same things in Cade when it comes to aptitude. And DJ, all three of those guys came in mid-year. So Sean, Trevor, and DJ, and right out of the gate, you saw the aptitude, you saw the high level of skill and talent, you saw the commitment, the work ethic, the attention to details, all of those things. And so Cade has come in, and he's so similar to all those guys. He's got everything, and all those three guys, you know, DJ, Deshaun, and Trevor, man, they just took to it. And you could just see him coming. And it's the same thing with Cade. I mean, the game is not too fast for him. I mean, he's a rookie, he's a young guy, but he's doing what he needed to do. I compare him more to Deshaun, just because they're so similar physically. almost clones if you put them side by side, and how they're built structurally and where they were. I think they were both about 179 pounds when they got in here. You know, that first August, they were both right there around 200. And, Cade's probably a little faster, but they throw the ball very similar characteristics as far as creativity. You know, but it's I mean, he's a specially on prospect, just like those other guys have been.
As far as EJ Williams and Bo Collins, how many reps have they been able to get in practice to feel better about one more?
Oh yeah, they've been going since, you know, last couple weeks, last week and a half or so. They've been rocking and rolling and ready to go. So, you know, we've kind of got a lot of depth there. That's the other thing. I mean, we're just in a different place. You know, and really excited about that group. You know, Ngata has been he's been outstanding. Hopefully he'll go play like he practices. But Ngata and Spector and Bo and EJ, that's kind of our starters, if you will. We kind of look at those guys as the four starters. And then, man, you got Dakari and Adam Randall and Antonio, Will Taylor, you know, those guys, you know, kind of coming around. And you got Drew. I mean, we got 9-10 guys. Hampton Earl, I mean, that we really feel good about being able to go play. But we got about 8 guys that can really play at a high level, and I think that's good competition. But you know, starts with those first 4 guys.
Dabo, there's an outside perception that you're against NIL, but I'm curious how you think athletes here will benefit from those kind of opportunities.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, people like to write that. I've never been against NIL. It doesn't matter how many times I say stuff like that. Just, you know, people already have their stories written. But it is what it is. But it's been great for us. I mean, it really has. It's been great. I know there's a lot of unintended consequences that have come about because of the changes, and you know, hopefully those will smooth out, or there'll be some order put into place somewhere down the road. And I know there's some crazy things that other places have dealt with, and we just haven't. I mean, just being honest with you, and I think it's just, again, how we do things, how rooted and connected we are. I mean, again, I'm on year 20 here, so I would hate to be starting out. I know that, and trying to manage everything that you got to manage, you know, just getting going, trying to build a program and roster management, all those things. But it's been great for us. It's been awesome, man. It's been great for our guys to be able to have, you know, opportunities. You know, we've got a couple of great collectives out there. I guess I can talk about that. I don't know. That I think align with who we are as a program, as far as, you know, we're purpose driven, and it's great to see our guys serving the community. It's great to see our guys you know, giving back, and it's great to see them have opportunity to make some money. To me, I look at it as, you know, just as college football has changed, we've addressed all those things. You know, when it was support staff, we needed to address support staff. When it was nutrition, we needed to address nutrition. When it was, you know, now we can feed them as much as we want, unlimited snacks. And used to, you gave them, you know, a cracker with peanut butter, and you were going to jail. You know, and now you can feed them anytime you want, unlimited snacks galore. I mean, you can't feed them enough. And we've addressed all those things with our dining hall and our chef and nutrition staff, and then all the resources from, I mean, we just built 100 yards of wellness. And if you walk down there, it's unbelievable. And you look at the medical, you know, resources that we have, our trainers and our applied science, and that was a whole area that we needed to address. And, you know, you want to get strong, you go to the weight room, right? You want to learn how to play quarterback, you come up to the meat room. You want to eat, you go down to the dining hall. You need recovery, you go down to the wellness area and the applied science. You want to do community service, you go to Paul Journey. You want career development and micro internships, you go to Paul Journey. It's a living, breathing space. You want life skills and personal growth, man, you go see Jeff Dabo. I mean, we've addressed all of these areas, you know, but the purpose of our program has never changed. you know, but there's just been spokes added, you know, and they all feed the purpose of the program, and that is to, you know, build great men through the game and to equip them, to graduate them, to make sure they have a good experience, and to win a championship. And so the NIL has just become another, you know, area that needed to be addressed. It's not the focal point. It's not. I mean, but it's important that, you know, just like the training room's not the focal point, but you better have a good training room, right? And so it's all a part of the purpose of our program, which has not changed, but making sure we got all the resources. And so, man, y'all see the facility that's being built out here. I mean, it's special, and the opportunity that we've got there. You know, I hired an NIL coordinator, something that I really spent a lot of time. I doubt anybody in the country has an NIL coordinator that's as qualified as C.D. Davies. I mean, he's so overqualified for the job, it's unbelievable. You know, but man, what a resource. So, you know, you want to participate in NIL, you want to maximize NIL, you want to do all those things. Man, not only do we have a space, but we got a guy there that's, you know, been a CEO for Citibank. Okay, so my goal is, and my job as I see it, is to, no different than anything else, to give them every resource they need to be successful, to help them maximize and navigate the changes in college football and their new opportunities. Some of these guys, this might be their best opportunity while they're in college, you know, but not lose focus on the main thing, and to just educate them and to train them and to really, and to protect them, all right, because there's a lot of things. These are young kids. These are young kids, and so it's a great opportunity, and man, we've got great resources, but CD has been amazing, you know, coming in here, and again, for our guys to be able to go sit down and talk to CD, and, you know, maybe it's a contract, maybe they wanted to start an LLC, maybe it's some charity thing, maybe it's, you know, a guy that can process financial information, tax education, all the things that these kids need to be aware of as they take advantage of their opportunity. That's really good, because it's their opportunity to work if they want to, when they have time to do it. So I've been really pleased with how it's been here for Clemson.
Why do you think people get that wrong about you? Like, why?
Because y'all write stuff like that. I mean, you know, I just read your latest article. You know, you
I
had a
didn't
nice
write
little excerpt in there about, you know, all things I'm against, and, you know, so it gets written out there all the time. So that's why.
I think, I mean, I've quoted you, I would hope, accurately on things. I mean,
We can send your last article to you, that
All
you
right.
just wrote.
I don't even know what I just
But I'm
wrote,
just
so-
answering your question. I mean, I don't know. People hear what they want to hear, I think. People hear what they want to hear. And a lot of times people have their stories already written, and you just can't wait to get some kind of big click. Nobody cared what I said 13 years ago, but I guess now everybody, you know, it's an opportunity to some kind of drama. I've never changed on that. I'm for anything that devalues education. That's what I've always said. And NIL is, it's to me, it's a part of education. It's an opportunity. It's enhancing the scholarship opportunity. You know, it's a part of it. It's an opportunity to educate our young men and equip them even more for real life. You know, so, you know, it's a great opportunity for us to you know, again, teach and prepare and train.
Heard you say that you'd like to tie NIL to graduation. Do you think that's still a possibility, or do you think that ship has sailed?
Well, I mean, you know, there's a lot of talk in college football about professionalizing. You know, NIL is not professionalizing. You know, it's not. That's them being able to do what they want to do with their name, their image, and their likeness. I think, you know, I would hate to see, you know, you go away from a collegiate model, you know, scholarship. I would love to see them enhance the scholarship. I would love to see us, you know, make sure that we don't ever get away from the main thing in college athletics, and that is education. We know that 98% are not going to play in the NFL. That is not some make-believe thing. So if we don't keep education the main thing, we're going to have a lot of guys with no degrees. We're going to have a lot of people, especially in the transfer and all this stuff. You're gonna have kids all over the place. The next thing you know, they're gonna end up in a ditch, and they're not gonna be equipped, and they're not gonna have degrees. I've been doing this a long time. I'm very well qualified to speak on it, and so, you know, this to me. I would love to see them further incentivize graduation. You know, I would love that. Whether it's however you want to get to it, that would be to me an awesome thing. Because I think the more we can incentivize graduation, the better it is for the young people that are playing this game.
The Power 5 commissioners just sent a letter to Congress essentially saying they think NIL is being used not for NIL, for inducements and stuff
Well,
like that.
there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and the people in the business, we saw that coming a mile away, you know, but again, the intentions are good. And I think the intentions and what needed to happen outweigh the negative consequences that have come from it. But yeah, it's got to be addressed because these are young people, you know, and when you have people making decisions just based on one thing, it usually is not a great result. And so it's not intended as a recruiting inducement. It's not. And then you throw in the bigger issue is the tampering with the transfer portal and tied into that. That's the number one issue because there's no barrier. So you got a lot of people, you got a lot of pressure on a lot of people to win today, right? Like win right now. And you know, there's quick fixes. And so there's not many people going in the portal without a plan. So how did they get a plan?
Coach, back here, great. Just wanted to ask, you talked so much about the new appreciation for winning, and looking at this game on Monday. I guess is there specific things about a new appreciation on game day, things that you're really thinking that you guys will appreciate more on game day, all those unofficial on Monday night?
Yeah, hopefully, you know, we're opening on Monday Night Football, and hopefully we're going to finish on Monday Night Football. That would be awesome. So, you know, we crank it up. But, you know, it's, I just think for this group especially, I just think they have a respect for what it takes, you know, and we went to 6 straight playoffs, 6 straight championship games, and I know we didn't go to 7 and we didn't win 7, and the world has come to an end, you know, but, you know, I think these guys have a perspective that, I mean, we haven't, no team that I've had in a long time has, just simply, and it's good and bad, right? You know, because we all grow through, especially young people who really haven't experienced much adversity. It's kind of all just been great, and that's what shapes you. That's what makes you stronger. It's how you grow. And this team's got a great perspective. They know what it's like to be 4-3 at Clemson. They know what it's like. And that ain't real good. And so I think that's a good, healthy perspective for them. Even though they're 4-3 and could have won every game. And the only reason we had a chance to win every one of those games because they think they're supposed to win. You know, because they've always won. And then to see them finish the way they finished. And so I think the main thing is just the appreciation of when you win, you know, because it got to a point where, oh man, you won. We won 29 in a row around here one time, and you know what? It got to where if you didn't win by 14 points, oh my God, what's happened to them? They're terrible, you know. And eventually that stuff just kind of gets into your players, and I don't care. Like we celebrate every win, 59-58. 14-12. If we win, man, we've always celebrated that. You got the job done. You win 63-0. Guess what? There's something still you need to improve on. There's still a lot of things to coach, and I think this team, they're just excited about, you know, getting back on the field. I think they took great momentum into the off season. They've really worked really hard. And I think they just, again, have a really healthy perspective, and they've got a great appreciation for team meetings, practice, you know, just being together. A lot of veteran guys that know this is kind of their last time, and a lot of guys that came back here, quite frankly, because they want to finish well. And that has really driven everything. So I think just the appreciation of finding a way and what it takes to get it done.